Welcome back. We are here with Josephine and Griffin. And Josephine is in university and she's also pregnant with her second child, whose father I forget. So that's fine. She is non committal, so she's not interested in relationships, but she does want plenty of children. And of course, the toddler's making a mess, which is the bane of my existence. But we are ignoring that in favor of Josephine doing her homework. And yep, the toddler just makes a mess everywhere he goes. But then Josephine walked away and left her homework somewhere, so I had to go find the homework. It wasn't by these benches, it wasn't by that bench. I was just looking around until I finally found it and had to send her back for it because we couldn't drag it to our inventory since we weren't on our lot, I guess. That's the answer I'm making up. And we did get a toy in the mail for Griffin, so he is now playing with that toy. And we are going to take care of Josephine's needs. So she's a little hungry because, well, first off, she has to eat sometime. Second off, she's pregnant, so she gets hungry more often. But she is working on her aspiration, which includes to be done another guest lecture and an A in a class. So we will continue to work on that. She only has a couple of days left in her um, term semester. So hopefully we will get some A's. And our money tree is getting really big, which is very exciting. I am super pumped to start making simoleons from the money tree. So that'll be good. And I don't, she can't go rollerblading while she's pregnant, but she can run on the treadmill. So that's fine. Also, everyone seems to want to hang out in the bathroom, but that's okay because it's Easter. And I created this holiday because I was happy after the Christmas that we spent with um, Josephine's family, her parents, and everything. But honestly, I kind of regretted making another holiday. If I'm, you know, being realistic, I don't really do the holidays, even when they come up. So I don't know why I thought that I was going to. I think I added two more holidays to their calendar, and I have no idea why I thought I was actually going to do that because it's unlike me to actually do holidays. So there's that. I do send Griffin around to look for eggs, but it is time for Josephine's class. So she is going to class and he goes to daycare, and daycare takes care of handling his needs and also teaching him some skills, which he needs to learn. And then look, we can harvest our money tree. So I'm so excited about that. Um, I love the money tree. It's my new favorite thing, and it is really handy. I mean, 8,000 simoleons per harvest, like that's a lot, especially, considering bills only amount to like 3,000 simoleons. So then you net, I mean, if you get a money tree, you don't really even have to work. You still net like 5,000 simoleons. And I think you might even be able to harvest the tree more often than that. So than once a week. I think you can harvest it. I don't know if it's every day or every other day, but you know, we are pretty lucky to have that. Hopefully, once Josephine completes her aspiration, we can get a money tree for Griffin to put in his future house. And there's Nathan, Josephine's brother, coming to visit us, and also the bunny. So there's the bunny. I'm not really sure what else the bunny does, but I think it's just a regular sim. And I was thinking about maybe making the bunny the next parent of a child, but I don't think you can be romantic with the bunny. I'm really not sure. And I don't even know what gender the bunny is. So anyway, I think we're giving up on that. But Josephine does want to attend another guest lecture, so we are going to send her to Brychester, where she can do that. She only needs one more, and also she's very close to giving birth. So she is going to attend that lecture, and that will be her third and final one to complete her aspiration. You can see we're just skipping ahead to when she's done with that. But yeah, so that was her mom, Kaylee, calling, and she's heading home now that she doesn't have any more business in Brychester, and she really should be getting home to her child, who is probably making a mess somewhere. And as always, I'm obsessing over the money tree now because I'm afraid I'm going to kill it, like I did that one time. That was embarrassing for everyone involved. Josephine is also an active sim, so anyway, I send Griffin to find some eggs, and he does find one, and it was only worth like 10 simoleons, so I don't really know if that's worth the trouble we put in for it. But, we're coming to the end of the term. It's a holiday. The child keeps making a mess. Also, he has that trait since his father is Father Winter, so he has the trait child of Father Winter. So that's good. And then this vampire came to our house, which is terrifying, but it would be cool to have some vampire babies, and a vampire dad would not grow old and die. He would pay child support for the whole lifespan of the child, like while the child is not an adult. Um, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. So we're just getting to know him a little better. He is a candidate for a future father of one of our children, since we will be having four, and right now there's only two, one with one gestating, um, incubating. I don't know what the word is. But yeah, so we are making friends with a vampire who probably came here to suck our blood, which is, you know, concerning, but it's fine, probably. He's also not really easy to get along with, so they keep having problems with, um, getting to know each other and all that. But, it's morning, so he's leaving. And we are just getting to that third trimester and harvesting our money tree. So, yeah, I guess it must be every day then. So that's good. I mean, 8,000 simoleons a day is awesome. Definitely pretty good. So she is just chasing the kid around. I'm just kind of letting them do whatever they want because Josephine is done with her homework and everything. And she doesn't really have a reason to worry too much about what's going on. So that is what is happening with them. They are just spending some time together, mother and son. And he's sad for some reason. Toddlers are always sad or angry or something. There's always a problem. I mean, I liked when they added toddlers, but I also wish I didn't have a toddler right now. Or I wish he wasn't making a mess all the time. It'd be fine. You know what? It's probably my fault for not putting enough things for him to play with in this house. So I'll take the blame on that one. In the next generational house, we will add things for the toddler to do. I honestly don't know how many children Griffin will have, but that will come up later in his life. And Josephine is headed back to class, and Griffin is headed to daycare. And we're skipping ahead to when they both get home, and there is no more homework to be done because it is the end of the semester. So, Josephine is just going to enjoy some free time, and I am just checking on seeing what is going on with the other Sims in this legacy. Unfortunately, all of the Journey to Batu Sims have passed on from old age, and honestly, I thought that they were going to do more with their lives, I guess. So I thought, I didn't think that Harper would do much else, but I did think that Zoe or Riker might get married and have children, but they just didn't, which is fine. They don't have to. But now we are all A's, A pluses in the last semester, and we are enrolling in the next semester, taking an elective on parenthood. And so it is very exciting for everyone to start a new semester. And Josephine now has a lot of work to do: a presentation, a term paper, and two finals, along with all of her usual homework. So she's got to do 4 rounds of homework here. Also, she's very pregnant, and her mom has visited. She's over there on the computer. And there is Griffin in the background. I'm sure Grandma and Griffin will love to spend some time together. And Kaylee looks really good. I mean she's not an elder yet or anything, so she's still a regular adult, and that is good. So our money tree is doing well as well. And Josephine is working on her homework. So we are just skipping ahead a little bit to the end of the homework and, you know, moving on to the next thing. Also, we have completed that level of aspiration because she got an A in a class, so that was good. The next part of her aspiration involves tutoring, which is exciting. And as you can see, another mess from the toddler. And his name is Griffin Clarke. I don't know if anybody is getting the naming references from this. Every character in this Let's Play has been named for a TV show. So I don't know if anybody noticed that, but every character has a name from a character in The 100. So that is one of my favorite shows. And the main character's name is Clarke. Get it? So, um, actually, her name is Clarke Griffin. So we've come full circle here with Griffin Clarke. But yeah. So let me know if anybody figured that out. But I think by now it's really obvious when we have Griffin. But there is the gardener for our money tree. And we are also going to travel to Brightchester to get some tutoring done to work on Josephine's aspiration. She's just started her new semester, so she just went to class earlier while I was rambling about TV shows. And so now she is going to tutor 5 times, which is what she needs to do. She's already got the research and debate skill, and she's already got a good GPA from her last semester, so she doesn't need to worry about those things. But right now she is gone into labor while she's in a tutoring session, and she doesn't leave. I mean, usually they come home from work or something when they go into labor while they're at work, but she's just staying in the tutoring session, ignoring the fact that she is having a baby right now. So that is a lot. I was thinking about canceling the tutoring session, but if we're going to get through it, we might as well get through it, right? And get that check mark on her aspiration. So I'm just letting her go along with that. And also, I realized that she had a class starting very soon, which was concerning because if you can see, it's popping up right now. She has to go to class, but she's still in the tutoring thing and she's having a baby. And it was just a lot. all at once. It was just a lot. And she's missing class because she's tutoring, and the baby thing is happening, and oh man. So she missed class, which is very unfortunate because she is a very good student and she works hard. So it'll probably negatively impact her grade. But she did miss class for a tutoring session and then went straight to the hospital and had a daughter named Abby. And then I just brought her right back here. Abby is home and immediately sent to daycare, but I sent Josephine back here so that we could finish out our tutoring sessions. Those do not seem to be time locked by anything. So I just banged them out right in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually took a really long time, but the next part of her aspiration is ready, and it includes finally earning her degree and getting a job with her degree, as well as contributing knowledge on that research machine. But in the meantime, we've got to check on our money tree because that's the most important thing. Gardner kind of doesn't do her work. I think it's because we did her work for her. But we are harvesting the money tree and aging up Abby because let's be realistic. If I don't like toddlers, I definitely don't like babies because you can't cheat on the baby. And they're always hungry. Like, we've been home for 2 seconds and they're like, the baby is going to get taken away. So, anyway, Abby actually looks a lot like her father with the blonde hair. But she's a cute little baby. Her father wasn't a bad looking guy, although in the picture I took for him for the I used the Plumtree app for their family tree, and the picture I took for him looks so bad. I couldn't believe it. He was like blinking or something during the picture. So, anyway, I used it because I didn't really care about him, and that's fine because his picture doesn't really show up in the app anyway because it it only shows the important notes. So, since she's not married to him, he doesn't show up. Also, you can see the tree phase through the wall there, but that's besides the point because it's Griffin's birthday, or 2 days till it, so we are using that as an excuse to age him up. And we are going to give him the outgoing trait. And he is now a child, which you know what that means. It means that he can now clean up every single mess that he made while he was a toddler. And that is what we are going to force him to do because that's how you take responsibility for your actions. You clean up every single toddler mess. Although it was a little glitchy though. He like did one or two and then it glitched out. You can see right there, it just all disappeared. So we'll figure that out because we are trying to find a new person to father the next child. And guess who? We are inviting over the vampire guy, except for the part where it's still daytime and he doesn't want to come over in the daytime because that's dangerous to him. But we just wait until it is a little later and then invite him over again. And honestly, he was a hard fish to catch. He didn't seem very amicable and also kept doing that where he'd disappear and reappear or be a bat or whatever it is that he was doing as a vampire. And he was just not interested in making things work for us. They did woohoo right there, but unfortunately it did not get her pregnant. And I should just change my MCCC settings so that if you try for a baby, you always get pregnant. I don't know why I don't do that. Honestly, I don't even remember where that is in the settings, but I will think about finding that. And she is not pregnant, so we have to invite him over again to get him to. Oh, not yet. He didn't leave yet, but he will leave. He just was very difficult. Everything about him was difficult. He just keeps disappearing. And she keeps not being able to woohoo with him. and we have to keep chasing him around this house and trying to find him because he keeps disappearing like that. And it's just a huge pain in the butt. But I thought about cheating to get her pregnant, but he didn't show up as an option there for someone to get her pregnant with. So we had to go the old fashioned way and invite him over again and just keep trying there. So he keeps disappearing and reappearing, and it's super annoying. I was going to try and see if I could cheat on him, but that is not the case either. So we try again, and try to cheat again. But that's okay because we eventually get him in the hot spring there. So we just have to abide our time until we can get that to succeed. And finally, he gets into the hot spring with Josephine, and of course, neither of them showered first, so it gets all dirty and disgusting, which I don't know if I appreciate. But, we have succeeded in that and are now going to take a pregnancy test. It is also becoming daytime, so it's dangerous for him to continue to be out. And she is pregnant anyway, so it's okay. And we are continuing to have Griffin clean up all the messes because, I mean, that'll make him more responsible. And also, now we don't have to worry about toddler messes. We can utilize them. So Josephine is pregnant, and also she has some homework to do, and also she needs to clean the hot spring, and she still hasn't finished her presentation. So she's got a lot of schoolwork to do. We've kind of spent the whole weekend on baby stuff and not on schoolwork. Being a single mother of several children and going to university is tough. But she is up for the challenge, and we cheat to keep the children happy anyway, so it's not like it's anywhere near as hard as it could be. And I'm trying to keep the toddler from getting taken away, so there's that. But yeah, the whole family is just spending some time together until, while Josephine does her homework, and we give the toy to Abby so that she can, you know, not make a mess. She can play with the toy instead. But in the meantime, Josephine finishes her homework and then leaves it somewhere again. She needs to just put it back in her inventory instead of leaving it places. We're gonna handle our money tree situation again, get some harvest and also water it. I know we've hired a gardener, but I want to be proactive, and I'm also nervous about the tree constantly. So if I see the option to care for the tree, I will. And so she is going to refine and organize her presentation. For a second there, I thought that Griffin was making a mess, but he was actually just dancing, and I felt a little bad because I ruined his dance time. But anyway, we are rolling up on the end of this video. We have currently 2 children, and we are on Josephine's second semester of university. She has now completed her presentation. She just has to do the presentation, but she is finished with the poster there. And now she is going to do her term paper. And that is going to be it for at-home stuff that she has to do. And then the last thing we are going to have her do before we end this video is add some knowledge to the research machine there so that she can check off that part of her aspiration. So she is going to do that right now. And that is where we are going to wrap up. Next time, we will have another baby and also continue to work on her degree. So, really, all she has left for her aspiration is to complete her degree and get a job in it. So, that is going to take us through her third semester. So, I will catch you guys next time.